Okay, everyone, let's continue on section 3, enabling connectivity in ACI, attachable entity profiles. Okay, we configure switch profiles, we configure interface profiles, we configure physical domains, and finally, we configure VLAN pools. How do we allow communication from the physical connectivity to my tenant environment in ACI? Well, with the AAEP, or Attachable Access Entity Profile, we associate our domain, which then includes the VLAN pool, to my physical connection. Okay? So let's do this example. I'm going to draw it right here because I have no space down. So let me go ahead and draw a server. You know what? Let's do switch. Let's draw this switch 1. In switch 01, we associated a VPC interface profile that allows communication from leaf 1 and leaf 2 to my switch, right? We then configure a physical domain named switch 1 and associated a VLAN pool with this particular range. So now we are allowing VLANs 110 through 122 on this VPC. However, in order for this to work, I have to glue it. I call it glue it, but I basically have to attach an access entity profile, which then is going to allow that communication from my physical to my virtual. Okay? So this is how ACI relates the physical to the virtual using an AAEP. Okay, so let's go ahead and configure. It's very simple, but it's very important for you to understand how the physical layer connects to the virtual layer in ACI, and it's with an attachable entity profile. Okay, let's go ahead and configure it real quick. We are still in Fabric Access Policies. Now we expand Global Policies, and this is where we're going to find the Attachable Access Entity Profile, and we are creating a new one. You can use the default, but save yourselves hassle, build access entity profiles based on your connections, okay? Let's build individual so then you are not confused, okay? And let's call this a switch 1 AEP access entity profile, and let's associate the switch 1 physical domain that we previously configured. There we go, update, and next. Now it's asking me which interface is this switch 1 connecting to. We can either select it from here when we create the access entity profile, or we go into the policy group and associate the AEP there. Okay, in this case, I want to show you how do you do it through the interface policy group. Let's click finish. Let's go interface policies, policy group, leave policy group. Let's find switch 1. Here it is. Finally, you scroll down, attach entity profile, switch 1 attach entity profile, and it's telling me this will be applied and this will be allowed. Basically, it's this interface 1.5 along with my physical domain, along with my VLANs on leaf 101 and 102 because we have a VPC leaf policy group. Submit, and voila, we have all the configuration that it takes to allow connectivity from switch 1 to my fabric. There you go, AEP, very simple, but the concept is very important that you understand how everything fits together. There's a lot of configurations in place. So we have leaf policy groups, then we have leaf profiles. We associate that to our switch leaf profile. Then we create a domain, either physical, external, or routed. Then we create a VLAN pool to allow using a particular VLAN tag, which then gets attached into the AEP. And this is how everything starts communicating together, okay? So you see the order: leaf policy group, leaf profile, switch profile, attach that leaf profile onto the switch profile, then go build your domain, add your VLANs, and create an AEP, attach the domain, and then attach the AEP to the interface profile. There you go. AEP in a nutshell. Very straightforward. However, again, there is an order of operations and you have to make sure that you follow that or else you'll be lost. ACI can be complex if you don't understand the order of operations. And again, I cannot enforce enough. Label things properly. Naming is very important in ACI, okay? Alrighty, let's go on to our next video. Finally, we are going to enable a VMM integration. Let's go ahead and associate or synchronize our APIC with our vCenter environment. Okay, everyone, in our next video, we're going to take a look at the Virtual Machine Manager integration in ACI. Thank you for watching.